Hey everybody, how we doing? How we doing? Happy Friday, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, prosperous one, huh? Right, let's go ahead, just jump on in, come on in, and say hey while you jumping in, right? And shout out to every single one of you, all of you that are joining me live on this Friday evening. Listen, y'all are the real MVPs because you could be doing anything, but you are here right now. Okay, so thank you all for jumping on, and shout out to the people who are watching the replay. I know you may not have been able to make the live, but you're here watching the replay. So welcome to all my replay watchers. And of course, I want you all to just let me know where you are watching me from right now. If you're watching me live or you're watching the replay. If you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay in the comments too, so that way I can interact with you as well. So listen, y'all, I want to just introduce myself for those of you that are new to this YouTube channel. My name is Leona Clark. I am a retired Army veteran turned entrepreneur that trades and, of course, invests full time. Now, what I do right now is I teach parents to trade in the foreign exchange, the cryptocurrency, and, of course, the stock markets so that they can pass the skills down to their kids. And of course, I am married, to my husband, my amazing husband. His name is Quentin, and he is active duty still, active duty Army, but he's going to be joining me part of the retirement club here really soon. So he can hang out with the family, with the kids and everything as well. And we have a 16-year-old, well, my bad, soon to be 16-year-old and a 3-year-old, a little girl. So if y'all hear her, if you see her, listen, just keep it going. Don't be like, oh my gosh, you've been warned. All right. She likes to pop in. She likes to be on camera. So there we go. All right. Now, a little bit of housekeeping. I want y'all to just do me a favor here on YouTube. Go ahead, give me that thumbs up. Give me the thumbs up because we want to make sure people are aware that we are here. We're present. We're about to get into the topic of the day. And then also hit that subscribe button. And if you want to stay in touch with me as far as knowing when I go live, hit that notification bell, okay? Now, another part of this housekeeping is I want to be clear on this with the information that I'm sharing you all. I am not a licensed financial advisor. I am not a licensed trader. I am a student, just like most of you watching me either live or the replay. I love to share what I've learned and what is working for me because of the things that I've learned and the results that I'm getting. So therefore, I turn around and I share it to people. So that is what I do. And what I really want to make sure everyone knows is that trading contains substantial risk, y'all. We should not be taking this lightly. We need to make sure that we are aware that there is a potential when proper risk management is not utilized for you to lose all of your initial investment and then some, again, if you're not utilizing proper risk management. We don't want anyone over here learning this skill and then turning around and blowing their retirement accounts, okay? So we need to make sure that we are paying attention to these things and we are well aware that we are okay with taking a risk, but we're being smart about that risk as well. All right. Now, let's get into it. We want to get into the topic for the day. Y'all, I've been sharing a lot of information, especially over the past week and a half, because I've been answering questions that have been asked. And one of the things that really got into my spirit and what I felt needed to be shared were a few tips. This is not the end all be all. These are just a few of my quick personal tips to make day trading easier. Now, when I give you these four, there's only going to be one that I'm focusing on specifically today. And then next week, I'll focus on the next one and so on and so forth. But today, we're going to get these four topics in, and then we'll focus on the number one topic. And these are not in any order, okay? So I want to make sure that we're very clear on that. So number one tip to make day trading easier for you, for anyone else, is to stay a student and focus on mastering the skill. That is the one we're going to go into deeper conversation about on today. But number two is to develop a trading plan. Number three is to stick to your trading strategy that you are taught. And then number four is to stay connected to a community of successful traders. Those are my four tips This is not the end all be all, and they are not in any particular order as well. Now, what I want to do is go into the first tip and give you a few key points, and as it relates to that first tip, which is to stay a student and focus on mastering the skill. So when we talk about staying focused and staying a student and focusing on mastering the skill, there's 4 key tips, and this is starting with number 1. So number 1 is learn the basics. Okay, learn the basics of trading and practice until you see consistent positive results from it. I cannot tell you how many times I've had people tell me that, oh, well, I started learning, but it just wasn't working for me. It's not that it's not working for you. It takes time to learn. And it also depends on who's teaching you, what they're teaching you, and how often you're hearing the information. One of the foundational tips or foundational skills for us that I'm teaching in the day trading bootcamp is how to understand the candlesticks, because that's what we typically see when we look at charts. When you see Bloomberg, when you see CNBC, when you see whichever station, news outlet or whatever that is showing the charts and showing you what's happening in different markets, you'll possibly see little candlesticks. So that is our personal foundation, is understanding the candlesticks, what kind of patterns are developed based off of what's happening in the market, how it's moving. And then that is our way of understanding without someone having to say a word. Without hearing someone on the news, we have an understanding of what's happening because of what we see pertaining to the candlesticks. So that's our foundation. And then we just build on that. But everyone's foundation it could be different. There is no right or wrong way, to be honest, as long as you understand everything that pertains to trading, and especially in the market that you are trading in. That is what's going to help you no matter what. So just be clear of that, is that learning the basics of trading and practicing until you see those consistent positive results is very key. And remember, y'all, your trading journey is just that. Each one of us has a specific and unique journey as we're trading. So your results are not going to be my results. My results may not be your results. But at the end of the day, the journey is going to be different and it's unique to each of us. And we're going to learn what we're supposed to learn, and we'll get the results that we're supposed to get at the time we're supposed to get them. Okay. Number two, when we're talking about staying a student and focusing on mastering the skill, number 2 is schedule the time to read and or listen to books that help us with improving our skills. Now, again, I have said this one multiple times. There are numerous books out there available for every single person to read, different articles, all kind of things available for you to read. So it depends on you. But what I would say is, because of the trading psychology and the type of mentality we need to have in order to be consistently profitable for a long period of time, focusing on our way of thinking before getting into the market, while we're in the market, and then after we exit the market is extremely imperative to me. So the number 1 book that I personally have read, and recommend is Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Now, are there other books out there? Like I said, yes, they are. There are other books that I was actually just introduced to that I'm going to read this year. Now, whether that's something that I say, oh, this is one that should be added to the reading list, that will be determined. But right now, the one that I know personally that has helped me and countless others that I've introduced it to is definitely Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. And y'all, that's free on YouTube right now. So get it while it's free. Okay. And if you want to purchase the book, by all means, do that as well. So that's number 2. Schedule time to read and or listen to the books that's going to help you with improving your skills. Number 3, when we're talking about staying a student and mastering the skill, number 3 is don't be ashamed of using or practice a demo account as long as you need to. And here's the thing, one person may be in a demo account or practice account for 3 months. Another person may be in there for 3 years. Neither person is wrong. Again, your trading journey is just that, it's specific to you. You stay in that demo account, that practice account, until your confidence is up and you've received certain results, whatever those results are for you, to tell you now I'm good with, I'm comfortable with putting some of my money, whether that's borrowed or out of your actual bank account or your whatever. When you say that you're good with putting this money into a live broker account, then great. So you stay in that demo account. And on top of that, y'all, there is nothing wrong with continuing to utilize a demo account while you are trading in a live account. Why? Because there may be something new that comes about and you want to test it out before you go live with it. So keep your demo account, keep your practice account. So while you're doing everything, you're able to continue to practice, get better, improve your skill, and then introduce it into your live account. So again, number 3 is don't be ashamed, all right, to practice or use those practice and demo accounts for as long as you feel necessary for you. All right. Number four in our number 1 tip of staying a student and focusing on mastering the skill. This, honestly, I probably should put this number 1, but like I said, these are in no particular order. But remember that mastering the skill of trading includes mastering your emotions. I don't care who it is. I don't care how much money they have made. More than likely, the people who really trade and have made a substantial amount of money, they're going to tell you that mastering your emotions, or I'm just going to say that mastering your emotions is far more important than the actual skill of trading, like knowing when to get into a trade and when to get out, like knowing how to enter the trade and knowing how is more important. And here's why. For those of you that are like, what? Like, so I don't need, yes, you still need to learn how to, read the charts and all of that stuff. That's not going to go away. But what I'm saying is your emotions does way more good and also harm. So you have to make sure that you're able to manage that when you're preparing to enter a trade, while you're in a trade, and after you have exited a trade. So if you take a lesson or if you win, how do you handle that? This is what's going to determine your either continued success or the start of your decline. So managing and mastering your emotions is imperative. It is number 1 when it comes to focusing on mastering the skill. To me, mastering your emotions is the greatest thing of all, because the psychology in this, all of this stuff plays more of a role than knowing how to read the charts. If I'm sitting here tired, if I'm sitting here angry, if I'm sitting here frustrated, if I'm sitting here worrying, I'm anxious, I'm feeling overwhelmed, if I'm fearful of entering the market, well, it's going to, what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to impact how I view the market at the time. So I could learn a strategy all day, but if I have certain emotions that's not going to be productive during that time with me trading, it has the potential to negatively impact how I view the market, which could possibly result in a loss. Now, is that a guarantee every time that you're frustrated, you're tired, you're distracted, you're angry, you're feeling, you're in that greed zone or you're fearful? No, that's not a guarantee. But what I will tell you is there is an increased probability that you may lose the trade because of all of those things. So managing and mastering your emotions is imperative. This is not a, oh, well, if you do that, that's cool. No, it is imperative. So that is the 4th tip, or the 4th key within the first tip, is to remember that mastering the skill of trading includes mastering your emotions. So I'm going to go over those 4 key points. Again, when we're talking about staying a student and mastering the skill, focusing on mastering the skill, Number one, I said, was to learn the basics of trading and then also practice until you see consistent positive results. Number two, I said that we're going to schedule time to read and or listen to books that help us to improve our skills. Number three, I said, don't be ashamed to use those practice and demo accounts, y'all, as long as you feel it's necessary for you. And the last one, number four, was to remember that mastering the skill of trading includes mastering your emotions. Now, which one of these four tips that I just shared on staying a student, which one of these stood out to you? Like, which one do you feel, oh my gosh, Leon, I really need to work on this one right here? So which one is the one you feel that you need to work on most? Go ahead right now, drop it in the comments if you're comfortable with that. And also, if you're watching the replay, I'll be looking. All right. So drop it in the comments. Which one of those four do you feel that you need to work on most? All right. So if you're still there, let me know. Say, hey, Leon, I'm here. I'm here. I'm ready. I'm going. I'm with you. I'm still with you. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go into one more thing, because I know I just shared those four key points and tips and whatnot, but I want to make sure to remind every single one of you that we are officially a day and a half away from the 90-day trading boot camp. It's kicking off on October 1st, y'all. Like, I'm super excited. Can you tell? Like, really, can you tell? Listen, y'all, you still have 3 options available to you as you consider participating in this boot camp with us. So I'm going to give those 3 to you. I'm going to break them down really quick. Number one, you can pay for your ticket right now. If you know that you're like, hey, 1000%, this is for me, this is the type of trading education that I need at this time of my life, click the link that you see in the description box right now, okay? The other one, the second thing is you can opt into the 7-day free trial, because you may need to see how this boot camp fits with your current schedule, of course. And you may be that person that's saying, I just need to see how this process works. Like, I need to see if I can process this information, if I can keep up with the homework and so on and so forth. That's fine. You can click the link in the description of this video and opt into the 7-day free trial. Now, remember, y'all, with the 7-day free trial on day 8, the expectation is that you have made a decision and you either decide to move forward with us, yay, or you decide it's not for you right now. That's okay. All right. So don't feel pressure to do it and you know that you can't keep up, because once your money is spent, that's what it is. You have to do the work now. So be mindful of that. But you can opt into that 7-day free trial if that's what you desire to do. And then the third one, listen, today that is the last day for you to participate in the giveaway. Look, y'all, I understand that right now there is an issue with some people, or I would say a challenge for some people financially. And I want to make sure that money doesn't, be the factor or that's the thing that is stopping you from learning a skill. Because at the end of the day, we all know that once you learn this skill, you can pass it on generation after generation after generation. So I want you to do me this favor. If you are in that position, or if you know someone in that position, just guide them, send them over to Prosperity Cause LLC on Instagram. In the description of this video, if I said it too fast, you'll be able to see it in the description of this video. Go to that IG page, and then also make sure that you follow the instructions on the giveaway pin post. Now, remember, y'all, you must be 18 or older, and you must be a U.S. resident to participate. So those are your 3 options right now, because we start on Sunday, y'all, October 1st. So let's get into it. All right. So I want to thank every single one of you. Thank you so very much for joining me tonight. I truly appreciate it, because you could be doing anything and you chose to come here. Or if you're watching a replay, thank you so very much for opting in, and taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Again, y'all, I will be back on here every single Friday. The goal is to be here to give you some value, to help you to understand different things pertaining to trading and investing. And of course, the investing is everything from crypto to real estate, the things that I'm doing at this time. So I will see you all next Friday, same time. We'll be here at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific. So I'm going to leave every single one of you right now with my favorite quote, and that is from the legend. His name is Arthur Ashe, and he says, to start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Y'all have a great night and weekend, and I will see y'all next Friday. Let's get it, y'all. Let's go.